Hey guys, how's it going? The-Nusk here, back with some more Dofus PVP videos. So, as you can see, big change. I have a camera. My girlfriend gave me a camera for my birthday. I don't know, maybe she thought my channel would blow up and we would make a lot of money and be able to pay for our vacation and stuff like that. Well, I think I'm gonna disappoint her on that. But it's super nice to have my camera up and be able to chat with you guys even more. And to celebrate this, I wanted to show you a small project I've been working on the past few days. So we're gonna try to zoom in here, and I'm gonna try to show you. Yes, here you go. Okay, so I hope you can see him correctly, but this is a small heliotrope miniature I've made. So I've made it like entirely from scratch, and if you're interested in the process of making this character, I could make a video about it. I actually didn't film myself doing it, but I did take a lot of pictures along the way. So if this is something that you're interested in, yeah, I made him entirely out of clay. You see there's like this gray one and the white one, and when you mix them up together, it becomes solid after a while. And so yeah, that's what I used. And once I had finished sculpting it, I took like my miniature paints and I painted it. So it's actually too bad, but I'll try to zoom in a bit more. And here you can see him, the bad boy heliotrope. So this was a lot of fun to make, and I think I'm gonna try to do some other projects like this because it was really fun. Another thing I'm working on right now is I'm painting some miniatures I created with the help of a Redditor who actually sculpted in 3D a bunch of figures, and I had them 3D printed, and I have started painting them, and they represent the first 12 characters from Dofus. And so right now I'm actually in the process of painting them, and I think it could also make something pretty nice. Yeah, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, this is the Xelor, which I'm gonna be starting painting next. I have started the eye up right now, and unfortunately I wasn't able to do much progress because of work, but as soon as I get to it, I'll try to make a video about it. And that's pretty much all I wanted to show you guys. And now I'm gonna have to figure out how to put my camera while I'm commenting the games. And it's just gonna be there chilling in the background. And I hope it's not gonna be too intrusive. And yeah, with all of that being said, let's jump into the video. In this first match, I'm playing against a Strength IOP, and it was a nice warm-up match. I'm playing a set that I'm enjoying more and more. It's the Ward Portal's 12 AP fire set, which is really enjoyable. I decided to boost myself, play not too far away on the map, and I didn't think he would rush me like this on turn 1, especially since I had the free tech. But it ended up working not too bad for me, so that was pretty good. Here he ran into me as I was boosted, so he's obviously going to take a huge turn if he does that, and I don't know why he went for it. I guess he just wanted to rush, and he's even playing like IOP Traf. Like, I don't know, don't do this at home, guys. This game is never going to go to turn 5. I think it's a pretty bad decision. So here I get a pretty perfect turn, like 2v MP. I was able to put him back and put a portal through portal and hit him. He continues rushing me, and you can see that like even though he already did vitality and stuff like that, he's getting pretty darn low. Here I get the 6. I hit him from 6 range. And again, I'm taking some distance, and at the same time I'm hitting him pretty hard. So he has to either like run after me, or he has to play really defensively, but in any ways like I'm hitting him and he's not, so which is really good for me. I decide to go for another redirection, and I think that at this point, he's just dead. Yeah, triple crit, and he's dead, so it was a pretty nice, quick match. Hopefully this is going to be a bit of a longer match, so we're playing against a Zobel. And what I like to do against Zobels is play the agility MP red set, because like Zobel is not gonna do much from a distance unless he's playing some sort of cheesy like no line of sight build, you know, with like Picada or Pantera with a lot of crit damage, for example, which can work. But most of the time, Zobel is gonna just like run after you and try to get to you in melee range and tank you forever since you don't have erosion and they have shield. So to counter that, I just play air with MP red, and that way he just runs and runs and runs and never is really able to catch up with you. So you can see already that like I'm gonna have a lot of fun with my portals this game. They are absolutely all blocked. Thankfully, I'm playing flexible portals, which I definitely recommend to you guys if you're struggling in some matchups. I think this portal is really underrated, like flexible portal, just so good. And like by analogy with like other video games, like every single option that's like less flexible but deals more damage is like pretty much always going to be a noob trap in like most video games, right? Like pros are always going to tell you, hey, this is pretty good, but once you climb the ladder you're going to see that like this option is better because it gives you more options. And I feel like that's what like flexible is. Like, yeah, you're going to be doing a little bit less damage, but if you're able to hit him every single turn, then you really compensate for that lack of damage. So overall, I think like flexibles are really underrated. So let's get back into the game. You see that he's having trouble reaching me because he's playing with a lot less MP than he would like to. Here again, he took like -3, and this like Zobel doesn't have great mobility. It doesn't have like rush and certain spells. I think it's pretty good from him to play strength with a bit of MP red. It balances things out just a tiny bit. Here I'm able to outmap him and prep him like through a portal, which is really nice for me. And again, you can see that Versa portal just next to. Oh, this was a huge mistake he made. I think he didn't know his set and he didn't realize he only had one summon. And so he just like it. He wanted to mask, but it didn't go through. No, that was really bad for him. As I was saying, I have a totem just next to a portal, which allows me to do this really free Exodus and then go back for the totem. Was really good for me. Again, I have 1 AP at the end of a turn, so why not just put down a portal? It's going to be useful for later. I don't think I'm going to be going back up there, so I don't mind losing that portal. And here you see like Pantera and Picada, but he hasn't invested much in crit damage and stuff like that, so it's not going to be great for him. I'm trying to gain a bit of distance because he's closing out of me and I have to re-expand my portal game a bit, so I just go for it this way since we saw that he needed line of sight to hit me. I think like if you play Zobel against Heliotrope, you need to either use like a crit set with you know, like no line of sight and just like be super annoying this way. That's one way of doing it. Or you have to be super extra beefy and play with your like a lot of summons and play with your Arachnes and your mask, so that you can never really like you can block all the portals all the time. I think that's like the second way of doing this. Here, I'm really careful about not killing the Shaffer because I've seen that he has only one summon, and so the fact that he's not able to summon again is super huge. Okay, I made a huge mistake. For some reason I thought that the spell was 3 AP and not 4, and so I wasn't able to close. So this is a mistake that's gonna cost me like almost all of my health. And here you can see that even though like a match that looks super free, you make one mistake as an heliotrope and like you're dead. So yeah, always keep that in mind. I'm able to put a lot of distance, but otherwise he didn't really touch me this game, so like, it was still pretty good. But yeah, that mistake was definitely huge. I didn't know my spells correctly. And here you can pause it and try to find the redirection. I find it, and I'm able to secure the kill. Maybe thanks to your crit. I'm not sure I was killing without that crit. Probably not. And yeah, that's game. This third match is also super interesting. I'm playing against an Ecaflip, and Ecaflips are really tough to beat as an heliotrope. Again, I think that every single class that has erosion and that can play pretty like passively or pretty like slowly and defensively is going to beat heliotrope every single time. An Ecaflip, like if he just plays pretty safe and then erodes you, like as like whenever he can, he's just gonna play the long game, right? And it's gonna be the same for a lot of classes. Here I get him with a nice little redirection on turn 2, and okay, I decided to close it. I could have taken one more spot if I went through the portal down there and closed later, but I guess I didn't want to go too far away from him. So I was saying, like, if you're playing like Ecaflip or something like that against an heliotrope, don't go for the damage build. Go for tanking, and you just tank the heliotrope's damage and erode a bit, and you're gonna win the long game every single time. Here you can see that he has a little bit of red in his mode, which is annoying for me because I would have liked to end my turn behind that spot, and I can't because he's he's taking away my MP every single turn. And you see, like here, he's just giving me opportunities to hit him. And if he was just like shielding, and if he had something like 50% res and just eroding me a bit, and with his cat, I would just slowly die, and I couldn't do anything about it. But since he's playing pretty aggro, I also have a chance to go pretty aggro on him, and it's much better for him, for me. And here you can see that I already did a lot of damage. Here he got his brained by the roulette. He didn't see that it was on a portal, and so he just went through it, and it cost him his entire turn, which was super bad for him. Here I was thinking about my turn, and I think I think we need a little slow-mo here. So I was thinking about my turn. I already had it like all planned, a big redirection that goes to the top and then back through this portal. And then I realized that, oh, I have 0 MP. And this is going to be much harder than I thought. And you'll see how I managed to do it. Okay, so we put this back in like slow-mo. Or not slow-mo, but this is like normal speed, but Dofus is a pretty slow-mo game in itself. So I'm calculating like what am I gonna do? We're gonna speed it up just a bit. And I realize I can kill the cowout and then get a redirection. I count the spots. I see that it works. And even with 0 MP, I'm able to hit him with a parasite, and that's pretty huge for me. And we can speed this up back again. So here he's super low. He has a parasite, so if he doesn't protect himself a lot this turn, he's gonna die. This is a pretty nice start for him, 1200 shield and a little bit of healing. Pretty good. Here I'm debating, do I have enough damage to do 1000, what is it, 200? Something like that. I calculate my damage, I decide to go for it. I see that I crit on the first outrage, and that's game. And here it looks like we're playing against another Ecaflip. I'm playing with my pre-tech because a lot of Ecaflips like to rush you pretty hard. I decided to go for this small play. It has a pretty low chance of going through because most of the time he's just going to kill the cowout and then put his cat through the portal, and yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. But like this small amount of times where it works, it's actually really good because you get a huge turn 2 on them. And I think that's one of the only ways to kill an Ecaflip. It's to actually cheese and kill him before he roads you all the way down. So you saw that I placed a portal up there because I just wanted to take some distance. I put the totem here so that he doesn't find the line of sight, and I think I'm pretty safe for this turn because he's not playing any no line of sight. He's playing, can't remember, I think he was Strength. Yeah, he's Strength. So he can't hit me, and it was a good thing I put my totem down. You see what I would have taken if I didn't put my totem. Again, I'm able to outmap him, and at the same time, he finishes next to a portal, so I'm able to deal quite a bit of damage. And this is pretty ideal. Like, I have a lot of distance, but he has a lot of range as well. I see that he finishes next to a portal, but it's the portal number 1, so it's going to be probably pretty hard. I can't remember what I do. Okay, so I just go for an outmap because, and it's pretty optimal because he has the ivory, so removing the ivory with the, what it's called, with the therapy, and at the same time outmapping him, pretty darn good. I see that is the portal 1 over there, so that means I'm gonna be able to make it disappear while putting a portal down, and which allows me to do even more damage this turn, and he's already getting super low. But like, a game is never finished against Ecaflip. He's probably going to be able to heal it back up. Yeah, you see with his cat, with the shield and everything. I could probably... What did I decide to do? Okay, I decided to kill the cat this turn because it represents a Dekoko every turn, which is just something you can't afford to give him. Again, I put the totem down so that he doesn't have any line of sight on me. And I don't close the portals. Like, why close them? I don't really care what he does, and this way he's not going to be able to block with them in any way. So I think that's probably the best for me right now. Here I see that I'm probably going to be able to hit him with the AoE from Lazy Beam. I just have to put a portal down to fix the redirection. Okay, not very elegant to put 2 portals down at the same place, but I didn't have much of a choice here. And I put a coward to block line of sight this way so that he has to go all the way up to hit me. And that's probably what he's going to do, but then the redirection is going to be pretty easy to find again. I'm probably just going to... What am I going to do? Just put down a portal, maybe hit the totem to take some distance. Yeah, I'm debating. Okay, no, just do a redirection this way. And here, yeah, I got distracted because he wrote something flattering in the chat, and I was like super flattered, and then I did not have time to finish. I didn't have time to do the last lazy beam, and I didn't have time to close the portals, and that was like a catastrophe. It was a super clean game up until then, and suddenly it gets super complicated. So yeah, I'll write a little pathetic sentence in the chat, and I take almost all of my health from this misplay. And he procced his Sparkling Silver Dofus as well, so really it doesn't make the game any easier. I'm trying to make up for my mistake and create a big redirection, and I don't know if this one is going to be enough. And yes, it is, so my mistake is not punished, but it got pretty scary right there. And I think that we can finish with a quick and satisfying one, and it's against an Osa Modas. And again, if you're playing Osa against Elio, just play a 50% res build, and you're gonna be fine. Like, I can never get through your healing and your tanking, and you're just gonna win the game. Playing damage against Eliotrope is just a risk that is completely unnecessary. So he rushes me hard on turn 1, but I don't really mind. I have a pre-tech, and I have a lot of boosts right now, so I just want to go for a full alpha damage turn. I calculate the redirection, it goes through, and I'm able to already put like 1500 damage on him, plus the parasite. So I'm feeling pretty confident, even though like I'm playing against an Osa Modas, right? Osamodas, like, I don't think that a perfectly played Osamodas can lose against a perfectly played Eliotrope, but again, like, this is like solo queue, so it's obviously not gonna be a perfectly played Osamodas, and that's like the only reason why some of these games you're able to win. Again, I get a nice little redirection. This is going through this portal, then up there, and finally onto him, and so he's almost dead before he even reached me. I decided to stay here because, yeah, if he goes through a portal, he doesn't have a direct line of sight on me, or like he can't get to my melee range like as soon. And here, like, note, I had almost 5,000 health at the beginning of my turn, and look, like, he basically did nothing for 3 turns, and I'm almost dead already. This class is completely turbo broken. I do another redirection, and it's enough, but wow, like, if he was playing any better, I would have no chance at all. But hey, you take the wins you can. And that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that the camera is something that brings something new to the videos, and that you actually like to associate a face with my voice. I had a lot of fun, even though it's really not natural for me to speak in front of a camera, and I have to kind of get used to it, but I like the idea. I hope you enjoyed it. Next video is probably going to be if I'm able to get more games down, slaying of classes like Cross and Xelors with the Dopu build, the full pushback build, because it's really fun against these range classes I discovered. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time.